So hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft 101 video. This is episode 3, pre-episode 3, where we are talking about all kinds of the stuff that helps you get to know Minecraft a little bit better. This is the Bedrock version of episode 3, which you might have just saw for Java. Here we're going over video settings and accessibility and everything that you can find in the escape menu. So let's go ahead and get on into it, shall we? As you can see, here we are in Bedrock, and again, this is taking place in the very same seed as the Java one, just so I can do the testing and have a similar layout overall between the two versions. As you can see, some of the stuff back there in the background that I have built and put together, you might have seen similar stuff in the Java videos. So here we go. Now let's go ahead and get right into the escape screen and see what we can see for the settings and everything else. Here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Bedrock. Alright, as you can see, I'm already in the escape menu right here. Here over on Bedrock, we have settings, marketplace, save and quit, resume game. You can invite other players, no matter where they are, even if they're not on your own land, into your world on Bedrock. You have your achievements right here, which you could pick over here. This shows your achievements. This is kind of like Java's advancements, but achievements are only possible to be done once per world, and you get rewards that you can use throughout the game. Now you can look at all these here, and they're split up into different things, like the ones that are available, in progress, the ones that are currently locked, and the ones that you have completed. Now this is your advancements in Bedrock. Also here, basically opening this will take you to the official Minecraft feedback page. It will open up in another web browser, and that's where it will take you. Can't see anything here because it's opening in the other window. Now if I click this and I do a little bit of magic, right here you can see the feedback channel that it takes you to when you click this link right here. Here we're to go over the settings that are in with Bedrock. Now I don't know if I have anything, here we go. As you can see, if you watch, as I mentioned before, pressing escape, getting into this menu, will pause the game in Java. But as you notice, the wandering trader down here and the wandering trader's llama is actually still moving around. So pressing escape in Bedrock does not pause the game. There's no way to pause the game other than to save and quit. Now we go into the settings, and the settings menu is completely different. First, we're going to start here right on the game itself. This is about the game as you're playing. Here you can change between survival, creative, and adventure. You can your personal mode is what you set, and then you can change your difficulties over here. You can change world preferences, who, player permission when joining, what they will be, type of world, you can see the seed, and then you can change all the world options in here. Again, this isn't a creative. Remember, I have this set for a creative, but you can see all this stuff in the game. In multiplayer, this shows you the multiplayer setting. There is a how to play section all right here in Bedrock that tells you what's new, your controls, what your HUD is, your controls, your basic controls of how to do anything. And then we went over this. Basically, this is also the same as in Java. Your HUD, what your heads-up display covers, what is in your inventory, how to craft stuff, your tools, weapons, how to use them, what happens at nightfall, navigation, chat, how to work with the crafting table. Now this goes over all your basics of how to do stuff. We will go over some of this stuff. We'll go over more of this stuff as we progress through the survival guide as we are going, but there is a lot of stuff in here that you could read over and learn how to do. Now down here, before we go into the accessibility, we have our mouse and keyboard, how to set up the mouse and keyboard, what all the mouse and keyboard settings are. This is basically your controls. This, you can change this stuff. Some of the stuff you do not have in here, like the cinematic camera. There is no cinematic camera in Bedrock. It also gives you in your invert your y-axis. So if you push up, you'll look down. If you push down, you'll look up. You can take it so you have keyboard gameplay, and then you can turn on your auto jump. This is your sensitivity of your mouse, and this is your spyglass dampering. You got a lot of stuff in here that you can change. Also, your controllers, same. This is how all the controllers work. Your touch screen, if you have a touch screen device, you can look at your profile here. You can look at creator information. This is your video settings all the way down here. This tells you your camera perspective, whether it's first person, third person from behind, or third person. That is your FI. Your brightness works exactly the same as it does in Java. The brighter your cloud and the brighter it is. Full screen, again, works the same way as it does in Java. I have it turned to off so that I can do other things outside of the game. Your hide your hand, it does the same thing as it does pressing basically F1. If we go back to the game, we can see my hand right here. But if we go into settings, video, and hide the hand, now my hand is actually gone. But you can see I still have a paper doll up in the upper left hand corner. Now if you don't want to see your paper doll, but you want to see your hand, you go into the video and you click hide the paper doll, and it's completely gone. As you can see, there's no paper doll, but my coordinates are still there. I do like the paper doll because it does have some indication. It shows you whether you're, especially when you're swimming in your first person view, it will show you when you're swimming, show you when you're running, and stuff like that. Hide your HUD, you can also do just by pressing F1 key, and that will negate that right away by pressing the F1 key. Now, the view difference change is if you press the F5, it will change it to that. That is also, you can also change that inside the video descriptions right here. Screen animations will animate your screens. Your HUD occupancy will, how easy it is to see through your HUD. I usually leave it here. Field of view is the same thing here, but normal is usually 60%. You can go up to 110, all the way down to 30, just like you could in Java, and it does the same thing. Your autosave icon, which is in Java, was in your, also in your video sim, does the same thing type. Outline selection, that is your, see the little outline there, the black line around the block, that is your outline selection. If you turn that off, you will not see the outline, but the block will become a brighter color if you have that turned off. So you can get rid of the black line if you wish. In-game player names, basically what it says. If you have multiple players in a game, it will show you the player name over. View bobbing is exactly the same Bedrock as it is in Java. As you can see, my hand is not moving up and down. We turn that back on and you can see it moves up and down. This is an accessibility item to maybe if you get motion sickness. Camera shakes are when basically when you take damage and stuff like that, the camera shakes. You can turn that off. Fancy leaves are pretty much the same thing as the fancy leaves in Java. As you can see right there, we can see through the transparency of the leaves. Now if we go down here and turn fancy leaves off, as you can see when we turn fancy leaves off, they end up going like this, and they're technically still transparent, but you can't see through them. Clouds render is the same thing as the clouds in Java. It basically renders the clouds or it does not. Beautiful skies makes it where the clouds are brighter. Smooth lighting does very similar as it does in Java. As you can see here, this is with smooth lighting on, and if we go over here and then we turn smooth lighting off, some of these take a little bit longer to process on Java, on Bedrock, as you can see, but you can see the blocky coloring of the light right there between the two different blocks. That is your smooth lighting. Again, very similar to what Java is. It's just either on and off. Fancy graphics does the same thing. Also, and the field of view can be altered by gameplay. Again, that goes back to pulling back the bow and running, and it moves. UI profile, it's for setup for different, for pocket version, which is mobile devices, and then classic, which is set up basically for your PC and PlayStation and Xbox. Your GU scale modifier you can change to make things a little bit smaller if you want, which I think I'm going to do from now on because that looks a little bit better to me. Your upscaling here is specific device to be able to use this, and also with ray tracing. This is your ray tracing or NTX, all that. You have to have a graphic card that can do it. Anti-aliasing down here, I keep it norm, and your rendering chunks is basically, again, how far that you can actually see. Now, the way Java and Bedrock is actually programmed, it makes it a little bit different so to what you're seeing. Now, if I turn this all the way down to 9.6 chunks, which is the smallest, you see that's all we see. Very close. It does very the same thing as the rendering that is on Java. And you can see when you get really high rate, it tells you that it could cause issues. I like to do them in groups of 16, so 32, 64, and if you would go even higher at 16, that is 80. That's usually where I have mine set. Subscriptions are basically your realm stuff. Audio is where all your music and sound is. Of course, it's just the same as in Bedrock. You have weather, text to speech, which is your accessibility or your narrator. Players, friendly creatures, blocks, and in-game in the main. Global resources are a lot like the resource packs in Java. You can see here, these are different resource packs that you could put on to make your worlds look a little bit different. This is the active one, and you can get more through the Minecraft marketplace overall. Down here you have your resource packs. These are the ones you load. Your global, these are the ones I have, and then again you can get more overall. The global resource packs and the resource packs are pretty much the same. Behavior packs are basically how things behave in the game. You can find those also in the marketplace and other places. Now let's go ahead and go over the accessibility here in Bedrock. You can get text-to-speech with device settings, text-to-speech for your UI, and text-to-speech for chat. This is basically all your narrative.
Text-to-speech for UI, toggle, text-to-speech for chat, text-to-speech with device settings, text-to-speech, 100, slider, 4 of 12.
And this basically is the UI is the one, their narrator,
12, on.
Narrator telling you what things are. This is good accessibility for those who might be vision impaired like that. This tells you if there's a camera shake, your darkness effect, put your camera shake is over here also, like it was in your video. Open chat messages allows you to have open chat. Your text background, these both deal with your chat box screen. Your camera shake, again, is the same thing as it was in your video settings. And your darkness effect, adjust how dark it gets when the darkness effect caused by mobs and other sources, how dark the screen will actually get. So you could actually turn this off and receive no darkness effect from the warden and shriekers, but that takes away from gameplay. So we're going to leave it at 100%. This notification duration, choose how long messages like game invites and marketplace hours are visible. And this is basically tells you how long that they show up for you to be able to click on or do anything with. Again, the accessibility are a little bit smaller over here on Bedrock because the game is already much more accessible than it is on Java. Java adds a lot more in that gives you a little bit more refined abilities, as you've seen as we went over a little bit earlier. So that is the escape menu pretty much overall right here in Bedrock. Of course, the marketplace is going to take you to the marketplace, as you can see right here, and you'll be able to get to the marketplace and buy things if you have coins that you have either earned or bought right in while you're in a game. And then you can go right into your settings, go right into your resource packs, and add them on just like so. But that is everything we're going to go over in this video today, and I hope that it was informative and that you liked it. If you did, please make sure to give it a like by clicking that like button right down below. And if you want to keep up to date with all the things I do here in this Minecraft world, and also my World of Tanks and game reviews, make sure that you click that subscription button and then click the notification bell to change it from occasional to always if you want to get instant notification of all my new uploads that I will do here on the channel. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Taz, and we're going to fall right up on out of here. Have a great day. See you again soon. Come back for the next episode of Minecraft 101, the Survival Guide. And in that episode, we shall be going over creating your world in both Java and Bedrock. And for the 101 guide, we'll be going through the creation of creating a world, and then we will be actually doing it all over again to get a fresh world, and we're going to be starting our world in Bedrock so that we have a good seed that we can transfer easily over to Java also. Hope to see you again soon. This is Great Taz saying bye-bye for now.